Good morning, afternoon, evening, and night and day to everybody. I hope everyone is having a lovely day so far, whatever it is you have done with it, whether you have just woken up or are gonna head to bed soon. Arguably, I should head to bed soon, but you know how it is sometimes. So first of all, we have a new stream layout that I did, which may not be the final one. I'm probably gonna tweak it at some point just to make it fancier, but I figured I kind of needed one. It looked like it was it looked very, for lack of a better word, cheap previously, where it was just like me on it. I can actually switch to show that. Like, this is what it used to look like, right? It's literally just, I have a background on it because there's no space, and then, you know, it looks fine. Ah, raiders! Stay true. Welcome, raiders. I'm just showing off my new setup because, so this is what the previous stream looked like, where it would literally just be the window and me, and I block half the window. But I have made a new layout. And it looks like this. And I think it looks neat. So it uses the non-binary colors because I think they're pretty. I might change them. I'll see how I feel about, like, because it's honestly really annoying that it switches like from, like, there's a white patch, there's a black patch. It's a pain in the butt for readability. But for the minute, this is what it is. Just because now I have something a bit more consistent. It is now smaller, the reading part, with the actual stuff that I'm doing. But that should be fine. Ooh. And so, yeah, I have a new layout. Ignore the random black shield. I put that there because I'm considering doing the Game of Tones event, and I needed to put it in there to know where it was gonna go. But we'll see. Don't worry about the shield. It's going good. It's going good. I don't feel like super great, but you know, we'll get through it. At the very least, I'll have my 2 hours of Worldbuilding. And then maybe I won't have the Minecraft stream afterwards and I'll just have a nap. That's the plan, yes. The plan is, well, the current plan, the hope, is to have a miner house. But we'll see. I might not. I might have to make the decision closer to the date. But the shield is there. The blank shield. It was a pain in the butt to get too, because I tried to download it from the core pages. Oopsies, what am I doing? Oh god, I'm opening 7 different pages at once. I tried to download it from the core page. Let me just demonstrate. I was there this afternoon doing this. I tried to download the shield from the core page, and it kept trying to download not as a PNG, but as a WebP. So I had to actually go to Pixabay and grab it myself. And then I couldn't find the scroll because that was having the exact same problem. So that was fun. It's not. It is not my first nano. I've done at least 3, or at least 2. I don't remember how many I've done. I've done at least 2. I've never won a nano. I've never done 50. I've done 30k twice. I think one of them was for a camp, but I've done 30k in at least one actual nano November. And then I did... No, when I hit right-click and save, you won't be able to see this because I'm capturing window, not desktop. When I hit to save the image, and it comes up with your little window, like your File Explorer window, it says save as type WebP. So I might have to just do it tomorrow. I'll figure something out. It's fine. It's not a huge... I don't need it right now, do I? Yeah, it usually does. Yeah, just turn it off, it'll fix it. But yeah, so I've done at least one November nano for 30k, and I think a camp nano for 30k. I think. I'm checking in another window. 30k in 2013, 30k or nearly 30k in 2014 April, so Camp Nano, 30k in 2014 November, and then that was it. I cannot. It does not give me that option. It really wants to save as a WebP, because if I then hit save as all files, it does not work. It saves as a WebP still. You're gonna have to trust me on this. I'm gonna sort it out later. I'm about to suddenly open this. Hi. I'll sort this out. See, it saves as a WebP. You can see that down there. So it saves as a WebP. I'm gonna see how to fix it tomorrow. I did think that possibly what it was that whenever you, like, maybe that my browser was acting weird with Worldbuilding specifically, but then I would try to, like, for instance, save this image. This is my image. You can see this saves as a PNG. You can see that down here. So I don't know why the Game of Thrones one's busted, possibly because it was an SVG. It's possible that if it was downloaded as an SVG, it does not want to. You've uploaded it as a you've downloaded it as an SVG off of Pixabay. You've then uploaded it as a PNG to Worldbuilding, and now it doesn't know what to do. I'm not totally sure, because when I went to find the shield myself, because I was able to find it on Pixabay on my own, it was an SVG. Well, it had PNG options as well, but I downloaded the SVG version because then it would be a bit more flexible. So that's possibly it. And then I couldn't find the motto image because it's not super specific. I just couldn't find it. So I'm gonna, possibly what I'll end up doing is I'll end up going into the streamer code chat and be like, hey, Amy, can you DM me, like Shy Red, can you DM me the files? And I'll just download them directly from you. I figured that might work. But we'll see. That's not what we're here to do. Again, ignore the black shield. I can't remove it because it's baked into the layout, which is probably not the best plan, but that way. Ignore the black shield. I can't cover it with anything. Actually, I can, but I'm not going to. Anyway, so the plan for today, for the 2 hours of Worldbuilding. So on Tuesday, I did writing. I finished that writing immediately after the stream. I did a sprint on RPG Dinosaur Bob's stream to finish off the 2K requirement. Just because I needed to, for the assignment, write 2,000 words. I can kind of show that off, but it's going to be a pain in the butt, isn't it? Because I'm going to have to go into the other world to do it. But then I had to export it to print it because I didn't want to kill my computer, my printer, by printing it in oh, I can't do that. By printing it directly from Worldbuilding because I use it in dark mode. Don't worry about that. Yeah, so I wrote that on Tuesday with all the sprints, so that's gonna be fun. And then I printed it out physically to edit it, and that was really helpful, and then I'll probably submit that like tomorrow, and then I'm done. Uni done. So that was Tuesday's stream, and then I have done nothing since. Yes, I am, and I did notice that was an issue too. I'm pretty sure when I tried to, let's just open, because I need the small icons, don't I? Yes, let's just open the Undead Horde, for sake of example. When I hit save as image, save as a WebP. So I think, I'm not sure what's wrong, basically. I don't know why it's broken. Because then, so like, my idea was, okay, so it's clearly a PNG, but it wants to download as a WebP. So I'll just rename it to a PNG, but then it wouldn't open in Photoshop when I was doing the layout. So I was like, oh, that's weird. So I don't know what's wrong with it. I might have to it might just be my computer being mean. I don't know why it would download as a WebP if it's uploaded as a PNG, but I can always holler. I'll yell at somebody in the Steam record chat and say, hey, is anyone else having this problem? I want to download all your sexy badges. So that at the very least, I can be an occasional, like, if I don't set up a house, which I might not, depending on if I decide to do Nano this year. I haven't 100% committed to doing Nano this year. If I don't do Minor House, I do want to at least offer the ability to do sprints on my streams. admittedly that's kind of a waste, considering that I think unless I move my time slot again, I'm literally overlapped by 2 people doing streams, that being Siobhan and Greg, assuming Greg's back. So that's like, oops. Possibly someone's hollering about it. I'll ask in the streamer core chat, and I'll be like, hey, what's this problem? Why is it only on this specific world? Do I need to do like a control F5? Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to just clear my cache on this page and go figure it out. I don't know. Maybe that was it. It better not have been. No, it wasn't. Okay. It's fine. Again, I'll deal with it later. That's a later problem. Yeah, I'll do that on some other day. But yeah, I'd like to do Minor House. We'll see. I might end up just being a sprint area where you can come and you can do sprints, but we'll see. We'll see how time slot goes. Oh, no. Like, no one that's overlapping with me as of November will have a problem, because I can't actually change my time slot very much. Because of the way that I want to stream, I kind of have to stream in this kind of time slot. So I don't really have a choice, but I don't want to overlap someone entirely who doesn't have a distinct audience, which is why like I wouldn't want to completely overlap Siobhan, but I'm okay with mostly overlapping Greg because Greg has distinct viewers than what I do. So I figure more streams. But if we're all doing Game of Thrones collection streams, then it's like, well, 2 of us are running the streams at the same time. We have the same audience. We're not getting any more or less. But I figure we'll see, because I don't actually know if Greg is being is in Game of Thrones. Haven't checked in, because that's the least thing on his mind at the moment, which totally fair. If I was sick, that would not be something I'd be thinking about. Anyway, that's for November. That's a November problem. That's ask me in 2 weeks problem. I'm sure I'll make a decision on the last week of October, and I'll be like, and I'll panic and make a shield for my house once I figure out a name for it. But so the plan today, for actually things to do rather than just chat, is to continue working on the article that I started on Tuesday. Yeah, I think something's just kind of up, but it's not. I can download my own image, it's fine. So I'm not sure what the issue is. We can figure it out later. I'll holler. Yeah, so the plan is to continue working on the article that I started on Tuesday, but because I didn't really do any work on it during the week, because I was A, playing Minecraft, B, doing homework, C, spacing out, listening to a lot of K-pop. We're gonna have the same problems we had on Tuesday, which is that there are a couple of things I don't know the answers to. Like, for instance, like, the church is primarily located in a single place, in a single country. And I don't know the name of that country or its borders. I can't really write about its history in the kind of details that I like to, like including dates and stuff, because I don't know what year it is or any of the basic regional history. So that was awkward, but I was able to discuss the worship, like the cultural elements, and then I didn't touch the tenets, like work on those, and then there was bits about sects, the different branches of it, where there's like the main branch, which is the Orthodox one, I guess, and then there was like a smaller one that was different, I don't know, and then there's all my shenanigans. But I figured that if I get super stuck, I have other articles to work on, like the Orchena, who I haven't written a lot about, so there's always that option. Yeah, I can always, like, I'll get the PNGs at some other point. It's a non-issue. I would also like to just, like, to fix the WebP problem, because I'm sure other people are having that as an issue. It's like, if we can fix it, that'd be good. Then I don't have to bother people for the PNGs. And they're not anywhere else, yeah. You're learning about it rather than creating it. Yeah! That's a good way to think about it. And I definitely have had aspects of that in some of my other world building projects. But there is still elements which I need to know very basic details about the world that I currently don't, which is an issue, and I'd have to, you know, go and learn about them, but part of me doesn't want to commit yet, just because unlike with my other projects that I've done, this isn't built for a specific purpose. Most of my worlds are built to support like a specific story, but this one doesn't have a singular like narrative with like characters and specific dramas and stuff. So it's like, I think I rolled a dice last time and said, this is the year 3220. And I was like, okay. And then I did not keep that written down. It's in the VOD, but I'm not checking. Yeah, someone chat to a citizen. Yeah. Yes. I'm not good at that kind of writing, unfortunately. I don't know if that's how I world build. I think that might be the step that I'm just like, wait, what? Where it doesn't quite work for me in the same way, I think. That I like to know the things, and that requires me to sit and figure them out. And then it's like, oh Jesus. Which is why I'm able to write about the cultural elements, it's just mostly like the time stuff, which is something that I actually have to figure out. And I'm just like, what if I just don't? What if I just don't figure it out? I deal with that later. I even made like a really quick article about the Jutramolch calendar, where I was like, okay, 5 months, 72 days each, blah blah blah. Haven't decided what year it is yet. And I'm like, I'll figure it out later. At some point, because I graduate, well, I don't graduate, but like my assignments are finished on Monday, and so I'll have time, plenty of time from then, to be like, yes, Worldbuilding, and then I can figure that all out. It can all be managed. Woo! Okay, so I think I left off basically at the tenants part, possibly because I have difficulty understanding religions, so I'm like, what do I do? I wasn't sure, so I sort of need to fix it. Yeah, the music is pretty dope. I used to use the chill station on Pretzel Rocks, but now I use the like hype station, I believe. Is it hype? Epic station. I use the epic station, and it's epic. Pump up. I think it's the same thing as Coffee Calls. A lot of us use Pretzel Rocks. Hey, Delian, how are you? How has your day been? Many shaded mountains? All the shading. I feel like Don't Defile Bayari basically just starts at the top, doesn't it? You don't really need a specific heart word. You go straight to the defile the boy. Don't defile the boy. Synthwave is pretty cool. I think I'm mostly I'm pretty generic. I like pop and rock, and that's basically as far as my tastes tend to go. Very a mainstream. But because I like to have lyrics in my music, but for when I'm on stream, I'm like, yes, some instrumental is good. That said, almost certainly some Miracle of Sound will come on and there will be lyrics, and I'll be like, That's a mashed potato and blood sausage. No Shady Mountain since that's done now. So now I'm working on the map border and coloring. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Okay, so through the file Bayari, probably should actually rearrange that. Put the honor underneath that, or maybe above that. No, I'd say put it underneath that. First tenet, don't defile Bayari. Second tenet, honor Bayari above all. Tenet 3, don't misuse magic. Yeah, great question, they don't know. Well, that's where things happen. That or I had the alternate thing of Bayari's offerings, or blessings might be better. Blessings might be a good word for that. Blessings is a good word for what is being, how the magic works, I think. Having said that, I probably should actually open up that magic article that I did write. I wrote that a couple weeks ago. Futramok magic. Mishumork. Yeah, it's just the crystal stuff. It's basically like a blessing, right? Yeah, yeah, blessing. Blessing's a good phrase for it. Eh. Which, what a day. Alright, so the I was gonna start with the again. Do they always start at the? No, they don't. Oh, thank God. The blessed part has only a few core rules in its worship, but these rules are rather vague and can be interpreted in many ways. And then you have the list, which has the things. I did mean to maybe try and figure out how to make that into the diamond, but I don't think I figured that out because difficult, complicated, hard time. Possibly what I would do. I did see that, because now I have a huge 9+, and then I scroll in, I'm like, 22? Holy shit. Usually whenever I get more than like 5 notifications, I start panicking. But now I know like it's a good thing. So I'm gonna leave that unread until after the stream, where I'll go download them all. And I'll just get them all sorted out, and then I can get around to trying to fix how it's working on the site too. Because I'd like to fix that regardless of whether I have the files or not. Figure I can fix all that good stuff. Okay, so you got a few cool rules. Yeah, it's a rule, right? Oof. Now these rules are rather vague and interpreted in many ways because they are extremely vague. Yes, it's like, oh, I didn't put a comma in. How did I put a comma in? Oh, an apostrophe even. So don't defile Bayari. Honor Bayari above all, and don't misuse Bayari's blessings. And then possibly I would change this to a H2. And then a H2 instead. Because the fact that these rules are vague leads directly into this, where there are different branches depending on what they believe defilement is, what misuse constitutes, and how you honor Bayari properly. I need to spell honor properly. Honor. You. God damn it. I probably should actually, while I'm here, I still need to get the CSS uploaded properly, but in the meantime, pop that sucker in there. A lot of Grammarly's popping up, tell me I'm doing something wrong in my CSS. Like, thanks, bud. Ah, you're just gonna pop up everywhere, aren't you? Ah, mwah. I love my CSS. It looks cute. Good morning, RPG Dinosaur Bob. How are you? Have you had your morning coffee? I hope so. Yeah, I mean, the word choice that I use is probably very American, but I insist on using the Australian, specifically, spelling of the words, just because sometimes I just gotta stick it to the Yankees, you know? I just gotta make a point. I gotta make a stand. I gotta say, no, we spell our words this way. How dare you? Even though I get it, right? I think I talked about this last time, is that American spelling is probably quote-unquote better, in that it is more simplified, and that the change from S to Z in like favoritize makes complete sense, but like I like the U. I like the U and I like the S. So I'm like, keep it. Working on it's in for a change. Nice! Sleeping in is good. I didn't get to sleep in today, because I had a mod meet at 12 ? And I accidentally overslept that anyway, so I'm pissed. I jolt awake at 12:40 going, oh no, and they're like, we only started 10 minutes ago. I'm like, oh, thank God. Huh. And hello, Dazzly Cat. I didn't see you earlier, but hello. If they are or not, Right. For like you're like, Yeah, I think I go for mostly, which I usually do is like a U. UH, but error's cool too. It means people. Oh yeah, definitely. I did get to the mod meet. I got to the moderator meeting. I was just 10 to 15 minutes late because then I had to get up, get dressed, and then make toast. And then I ate breakfast while they chatted. And I was like, sweet. Excellent. So I did make it. I was just late. So, you know, it all got sorted out. We sorted out stuff. We did things. I was there for the conversation where we decided to split up the help and community channels. Which, if you're on the Discord, you may have seen that we split the help and community channels because someone said that we should put emojis, and then someone else said they look ugly if you put emojis in channel names. So we just split them up instead. We just got a bunch of categories. Intense categorization happening. It's great. I love it. And now the biggest category in the Discord is the chapter category, but only moderators see every channel in it. And it's like, oh Jesus, there's so many of them. There's so many channels in the chapter category. But we can't do anything about that. So it's like, oh shit. Beans. They're allowed to spell the way they like. The Brits lost the right to the library to bail them out. Well, one of World War II. Oh, nice. Nice. I mean, yeah. I'll accept that. Whereas Australia never had to get bailed out. We just had a bad time and then we just left. I mean, we did do a lot of stuff in World War I and II. I'm specifically thinking of Gallipoli, though. Which was just... Oh, boy. Ooh. We just had a bad time and then we left. We didn't get bailed out of that one. We just exited stage left. Oh yeah, we love peeking in with the emote reactions. Because I got summoned in because someone misspelled something and accidentally tripped up the bot that deletes messages for bad words, and I was in there like, insane. I'm like, oh no, I was trying to do phonetic spelling. I'm sorry, and that's fine. It's fine. I'm joking. You're all good. All of a shame. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We've done a lot. The Anzacs, it did alright. I'm not super big, not a fan of war, but you know, given everything, we did pretty good in those specific wars. We were doing pretty well. Given the circumstances of, like, you know, Gallipoli was shit because we didn't know what Gallipoli was. All the captains are like, okay, we're deploying you to Gallipoli, and everyone's like, where the hell is that? What is that? It's like, it's in Turkey. It's like, where? Now, no one knew what they were doing, so it's like, bad time. It's more complicated than that, but that probably helped. Yeah, yeah, they did accidentally write a bad word. It was great. It was hilarious. No, it was very funny, because I'm sitting there like, it says I'm Australian, so I was like, oh, okay. Which, you may now know what the word was. You know, Aussie swear words, you'll know exactly what words they accidentally wrote. By the fact that my reaction was, huh, I should probably do something about that, but also I use that word all the time. So, it's fine. Okay, so we've got the tenets. They're very short, but that's fine. Over there, that pretty beach there. It'll be like a holiday. 2 years later. This is the worst holiday ever. All my friends have gangrene. Like, we all have, like... Yeah, we all have, like, the Spanish flu. Someone lost a leg. We're being saved by a donkey. What's going on? This holiday sucks. It's great. Gallipoli. A bad time. Probably not our worst wartime situation, but it's up there. The only one we were like the good guys. So hey, I'll take it. Okay, so we got the sector, the branches, the branches of the religion, because there's the Church of the Blessed Heart, which is the primary branch. This is okay. So this is a gonna guess the issue is that this is technically the specific church, not like the equivalent of Christianity as a whole. Which I think is the issue, because I've been thinking about it in a similar manner to, like, Christianity as a whole, and there's like 50 different variants of Christianity. But if this is a specific church, like the Catholic Church, like the Papal States Catholic Church, then there's not really any sects in that. Like, you're either Catholic or you're not Catholic. You know? You either think the Pope is the big guy, or you have a different Pope as the big guy, in which case you're not Catholic, you're probably Orthodox. So I'm like, shit. So I guess sects is probably the wrong word anyway. You would use... is it? I'm gonna Google the word sects, hold on. Yeah, no, the sect is not the right word I want. I think I'll use branches then. Like, subgroups of the church, where some of their things vary, but not hugely. Gallipoli was for Australia as Vimy Ridge was for Canada. I don't know what Vimy Ridge is the thing. Like, I don't actually know that. Oh, I understand that, like, I'm massively oversimplifying between like, how, like, Catholicism works. It was just, like, the quickest example that I could bring up in terms of the fact that, like, I'm thinking that when I wrote sects, and I wrote Orthodox and Progressive as two examples, I was thinking divisions on the level of Catholicism and Protestantism, not on the level of, like... I don't know enough about Catholicism, I'm going to use Protestantism as an example. Like, the correct level of differences for the Church of the Blessed Heart would be more the equivalent of, like, Anglican versus, like, Lutheran. Or something. A slightly smaller scale thing. You get a little bit granular. Lutheran is probably not the best example either. I'm not religious. I'm only nominally Protestant. I'm like, I don't understand how religion works. I did religion for 6 years and all I got out of it was a CD of Christian pop songs. God bless. God, this song slapped though. Yeah, it conveys the point. You're right. But I figure it might be more specific to say branches and just... It can still be like... I probably wouldn't use the terms in the article of Orthodox and Progressive. I was being very notes. Just like brain notes. And I'm like, yes, conservative and not conservative. Old and new. But like, yeah, I can still kind of take the basis. It's just they're slightly different. There's a... Oh yeah, Coptic Catholicism too. I'll be honest, I assumed Coptic was Eastern Orthodox, but yeah, right. Didn't actually know. Yeah, and then but basically like each major like country had its own Catholic church, so that makes sense. My bad. But they do, yeah, they all recognize the Pope, which is important. That's why they're all Catholic. As opposed to Protestants who do not recognize the Pope, as opposed to Eastern Orthodox, which recognize some other dude. Question mark? You know? That was the vibe. So, like, these would be the equivalent of the different branches of Catholicism. Where they all, like, there's no singular... Okay. I'd say that. Maybe there is a singular dude. Maybe they do have a pope. Do they have a pope? Does the Church of the Blessed Heart have a pope? These are the questions that we must ask. Parents take Vimy Ridge 3 times and on the 3rd decided to hold to themselves. Yeah. You just gotta do it yourself. Yeah, we have to confess, we don't know a lot about Canadian war history, because when I learned about World War I, it was basically just, you learn about the assassination of Franz Duke Ferdinand. Franz Duke? Archduke Franz Ferdinand. And then you learn about Gallipoli. And that's it. You don't get any further than that. You then take a detour to learn about the Russian Revolution. Then you just don't do anything for 20 years. And then you learn about, like, France. In World War II. AKA bad time. And that was actually it. I don't remember learning a lot about World War II in high school. Because then we, like, skipped straight to, like, Afghanistan. So, oops. We didn't learn a lot. My school didn't teach us a lot of history, did they? Oopsies. Oh dear. They're patriarchs. Yes, yes. I was thinking, like, I was going to say they're popes, but they don't call it a pope. So, yeah, they have their patriarch. Which is, like, you know, some holy dude. Now, I'm like, it's the same basic point. You got your dude closest to God, speaking the word. It's great. We all love it. And I feel like, having said that, this is something that this group probably should have. It should probably have a pope. Or some other very high-ranking person who is, like, you know, close to God. Which isn't difficult. We're all standing on top of him. But, you know, close to God. Every ridge is in France, there's now Canadian soil. Damn. Did not know that. Well, I mean, yeah. You can say the same thing for Australia, really. All of our wars are other people's wars. With the exception of the slaughter of Indigenous Australians and the Emu War. Every other war was somebody else's war. Most of it usually American or European. You know? Like, we haven't gotten into any unique conflict in terms of, like, geopolitics. We haven't declared war on a nation first, to my knowledge. It's always somebody else, like an ally of ours, declares war. Yeah. And then even with, like, what, the War of 1812 or whatever, you learn about that from the American side because America. So, there is that, but whatever, right? Then I see only war in the last few years to the Independence War. Yeah, so you've got that, and you would learn about that, definitely, and then not a whole lot else. And that's probably why in Australia we learn about Gallipoli, because it's pretty much the only example of us in either World War where it was just us, basically. Like, it was pretty much just Australians in the Ottoman Empire, Turkey, trying to hold this stupid goddamn beach. That was it. That was all it was, and I was like, okay. So we learned about that, and then we skipped to everybody else's history instead. Didn't even learn a whole lot of Australian history in Australian history, but I didn't do Oz history in year 12, so maybe I missed all the cool shit. You never started one, but we have finished them. Ah, yes, the mom defense. I don't care who started it, I'll finish it. It's great. It doesn't count because it didn't work. Okay. But it's called a war, so I'm gonna count it. I'm gonna count it as a war that happened. A war that occurred. Which is usually told from the American perspective, like, as in, like, you know, the Canadians invaded America, as opposed to, like, the Canadians invaded us, not we invaded America. You know? It's the perspective thing. That kind of thing. This was a water place. Yes! War! Great. The timing. It's magnifique. Okay. So, we're gonna have branches of church. There is the core branch, which is, I guess, the equivalent to... And then you burn down the White House. Yes. You burn down the White House. Excellent. God, why can't we burn down any big houses? I'm not suggesting any political terrorism. Just saying, why can't we have stuff like that in our history? We don't get any cool stuff. None of it. Only one of our dudes has actually been killed. No, hold on. That's a lie. None of them have been killed. None of our prime ministers have ever been actually, like, murdered. That's boring. That's the thing, right? It's boring, isn't it? And then in Montreal, realized we're going to Crips even try, and then left. Hey, if you know your strengths, you know your strengths. And you're just like, yeah, no. I'm out. Like, it's great to know when to push forward and when to just go, not me. Not me. Don't pull a Napoleon, alright? You'll learn from his example. Fuck. You didn't. Me. Wait. Where the fuck was Napoleon again? Oh, we've had this discussion before too. I can never remember when the fuck Napoleon was doing his shit. I hate this. I'm pretty sure it was later. Oh no, it was definitely later because it was during. No. No, it wasn't. No, it was before, wasn't it? Oh my god, again! Again with this shit. When were the Napoleonic Wars? When were they? Yes, good, okay, yes, you learned from Napoleon's example. I'm gonna commit to that as a line. You learned from Napoleon's example. Just don't invade Canada in the winter, it's cold. And it was one of the brightest strategic hour. Yeah, late, late 18th century. Well, technically it was 1803, 1815 was Napoleonic Wars. But then the War of 1812, the point is that prior to the showing up in Montreal, prior to that, at some point, was the attempted invasion of Russia by Napoleon. And as such, you learnt from his example, just don't invade cold places in the winter. Just don't do it. If you can help it. I know that wasn't his fault. He entered in like summer, but just don't do it. Yeah, it was, yeah, because the Brits were busy dealing with that motherfucker. Couldn't send people across the Atlantic. Yeah, a lot of people in Europe have all of that history of like the politicians, military leaders being killed and gulagged, which is not fun. Like, it's not fun in like the happy way, but it is like fun in the interesting way, I think, is what I'm leaning towards. Like, obviously, like it's obviously not fun. No shit. Russia just coming and plopping itself down your doorstep. It's just not fun. But it is at least interesting and stuff happens, as opposed to Australian history, where because we don't want to talk about the Indigenous Australians or any of their stuff, it all just begins in the late 1700s, and then piss all happens until World War One, and it's like, oh, okay, you know. Like, they don't even teach us about the Rum Corps in school. And I'm like, listen, I would have loved to have learned about the Rum Corps in school. No one knows what the Rum Corps is, and I love it. Because it's funny. Like, that's just fun. Like, we had a military junta for, like, 2 years. It was great. But because it was, like, during, like, the fourth term, like, the term of the fourth governor of New South Wales, no one cares. No one gives a shit. Because that's, like... Because while the Rum Corps is happening, I'm pretty sure Napoleon is also happening. So everyone's like, alright, let's focus on Napoleon instead. Let's talk about the Napoleonic conquests of Europe. Let's not worry about the time Australia was a military junta, because that's not interesting. I guess it is. Sorry, I really like the Rum Corps. Oh yeah, I am very glad that I was not French nobility at that time. Oh boy. At any time, really. Any time past, like... 1750? No, it's earlier than that, isn't it? Anytime past 1700, just don't do it. It wasn't the snow. It was the fact that the US command didn't realize that Montreal meant 3 mountains in the middle of a river with a fort on top. Fair enough. It's not like you call it Montreal, you call it Montreal. Because we're English. We say Montreal. You lose the etymology. The etymological details in the fact that we can't pronounce French words, or we refuse to, rather, because screw the French. So Montreal, not Montreal. I'm not even saying that correctly because I can't speak French anymore, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Montreal. Oh god. There is definitely a consonant in between the N and the R. Montreal. But I do like a tr. I did some weird shit with like the tr. Oh yeah, we can do a sprint. We can absolutely do a sprint. Hold on, let me open my sprint program, which should show up. When I was planning out the layout, I didn't actually find a place to put the sprint timer, so now it's just in the chat. No, I refuse. I refuse to not have a T in Montreal. I refuse. There's a T written. I'm gonna say it out loud. Montreal. Montreal? Montreal? Oh, I guess it is like Mont. Yeah, in French it'd be Montreal. Wasn't good at French. I was good at French, but that was like 10 years ago. Enjoyed Cannon all the way there, realized there was no place to put them that would matter, so we passed up and went home. So always good to know when to fold them, I guess. Anyway, so the sprint timer is now up above me directly. Hey, it exists. And so that means that if I hit the go, we'll get 10 minutes of sprint time. Where riding will happen, for once. For once, I will actually be riding. It's incredible, isn't it? Can I put that back onto always on top? Yes, please. Thank you. Oh, it isn't French? Well, I mean... Nah. Listen, language is hard. Language is hard. I'm not Canadian. I know nothing. Anyway, yeah, let's do a sprint. We'll begin the sprint in... Let me get the hand to show properly. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! We'll have a 10-minute sprint. I'll probably keep chatting, but if anyone would like to sprint along, you are more than welcome to. Go on all of that. Okay, we'll get some riding done. Not if you can help it. Oh, try me. It won't work. Okay, so... Okay. What groups still oh, sorry, I can't use square brackets, I have to use other brackets. The Pope. The Pope. 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 And head of the church. Perform more practice profiles to write up, and then a primer for my upcoming one-shot. Nice! Because you did get at least one done last time I was on the stream. Which was not the last stream, I missed the last one, I think. But yes. First coffee in the morning, vitamin D. Hell yeah. That's the good stuff. Okay, so we got... So, we now just got the main branch then. Main branch described. It's fine. $11 done, 4 to go. Nice! Very nice, very well done. The word for river talk. That is literally just the word for river. What are you doing? Well, I mean, I guess it's river too. I knew that immediately too. A halfling druid, a half-elf monk, a human fighter, and a half-orc champion. Nice! Why do you know my names? What are you doing? A new Scottish name. To Mangle. I just pronounced Alice. Afrik. Afrik. It's cute. Let's not have an I name, because I'll end up just going Alistair again. Cognac? It's Kenneth. Really? Kenneth? That's like cognac. Am I wrong? Yeah, it's cognac. Okay, alright, English, whatever. Do what you want. Struggling with the druid. Hard to keep distinct. Yeah, because you don't want to go into too much detail and feel like you're constraining the players or anything. But you don't want to leave it so brief that they'd have nothing to go off of to inform how they play that character. That would be rough. So cognac. Oh, what does it mean? Oh, it means handsome. Let's go with that. Let's use cognac, but not spelled cognac. We will spell it cognac. My apologies to anyone who speaks Scottish Gaelic in the audience, or Irish for that matter. We are a cruel anglicizer here. We? Me. I cruel anglicize. Cognac and... What was it? That cognac in church. The assumption being formed by a specific dude who was handsome? Question mark? I wouldn't know. I would not know. Okay, so... Founded by the pastor Cognac in the year... How do you explain a halfling who swears off potatoes and any other plant-based food? A carnivore? That's how I would describe them. How would I explain a halfling who swears off potatoes? Are they like scared of potatoes? Did like a whiskey terrorize their family? What's happening? Did a hash brown kill their dad? Oh god. Is whiskey the potato one or is that the other one? Is vodka the potato? Oh god. Alcohol. I don't drink. One of them's potato based. So the whiskey or it's like vodka. It's not beer. Beer's hops. Beer is other plant. It's not wine. Wine is grapes. I'm thinking about alcohol. I'm bad at sprinting. Thinking about wine now. Oh dear. Here. Good. Yeah. Vodka, okay. Got it. I got there eventually. It was whiskey then. Right. Oh, right. Barley wine. Got it. Gotcha. The wheat stuff. Fancy wheat stuff. That's pretty far off yet. I'm not smart. Listen, I don't. I've had like one sip of wine once and it was disgusting and I went, yeah, alcohol's not for me. Leaf-water druids don't harm plants. That includes harvesting for food unless absolutely necessary for survival. Ah, gotcha. Well, it's a deep religious thing for them then. You know, you don't really have a choice. You feel like, well, for the sake of like my own soul, it would be wrong for me to eat plants. This unfortunately means that I cannot take shots at the bar with you. Now, it means you can't drink at all, actually, because all alcohol... Well, okay, no. They can have... I think, is mead the one made out of honey? They can have honey wine. They can have the honey alcohol. That's it. It was originally a herbologist. Oh no. Well, I guess if you're a herbologist, you have a deep understanding of and love for plants. You can kind of make the leap from loves and understands plants to will not harm plant. And thus, do not eat plant. As an extension of that. Well, I mean, like, I assumed you can't, like, I can't pick a carrot out of the ground and eat it. And you can't prepare that carrot. But you can, at least, like, if the bees harvest the pollen to make the honey, That's not harming the plant. You can eat the honey. This is my logic. Honey is fine. So you've got honey and meat. Congratulations. What a diet. What a diet, indeed. Oh boy. Well, herbs is survival, so if they were going to die if they didn't apply a herbal remedy, then they're allowed to use it. For survival purposes, right? Yeah, pulling turn out guys later. Yeah. So you can put herbs on your meat. You can get some vitamins, but only some. But only some. I feel like apples would be okay. I feel like apples would be okay because like the whole point of like fruits that come from the trees is that they fall off because the tree can no longer support them. Once the apple has fallen off the tree, is it okay to eat the apple? These are the questions. Oh, and that's the end of the 10-minute sprint. I wrote maybe 100 words, but I have ideas now. I'm gonna just pause that. So fruit's okay, but you can't eat vegetables basically, because you have to actually actively obtain them. But fruit that drops, totally cool. Honey, totally cool because it's a natural part of like shenanigans. So even though like nectar is plant stuff, it's like, oh no, you can just take it. That's about it actually. I think. If somebody no, I guess if somebody else has picked the carrot, that's still not right for you to eat the carrot. I don't know. Shenanigans. Ooh, banana bread. What about bananas here? A lot of decaying foods. But I cook a lot of stuff. It'd be difficult to draw those lines, yeah. It'd be a lot to draw, like which foods are okay, which aren't. You go from loving plants and understanding them to not eat them. It's not harm them, not eat them. Is it possible to do cumulative damage in a spreadsheet without a script? Ask Bob. I am not spreadsheet smart. I have to Google everything that I know. My dad walks in, he goes, "Do you know how to make groups in Excel?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" No. I don't know that. Why are you asking? Because you're smart. I'm like, so I don't know nothing about no Excel spreadsheets. You could argue the picking. Yeah, you probably could argue, because if it's going to fall off anyway, because it keeps the plant healthy, because if the apple stays on too long, it absorbs all the nutrients and then the plant dies. So picking them off is probably okay. But when the plant in its totality is the vegetable in the ground, then no. No vegetables, only fruit, and then lots of meat. Lots of meat. It's great. That's a diet. You can get most of your vitamins that way. You can get like oranges and stuff. It's great. Probably have like, what, apple cider? It's great. They can drink. Congratulations, you can actually drink. In D&D, if you don't drink, wow. In Australia, if you don't drink, wow. I don't drink, so I'm just like, what am I doing here? Hello, help. Oh, it's an alcohol. Equal foods. Freezing carrots is plant savory. Ooh, okay, so they're not fans of farmers either. That's gonna be rough. Yeah, like planting a carrot for its own sake, just so that it grows and lives. Totally cool. Planting them explicitly to harvest? No. Bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad people. Farmers are slavers in multiple ways. That's unfortunate. Yachen Church. If they hate farmers, yeah. They hate farmers. Farmer's Marcus must be an existential nightmare for that character of that particular life path. You walk into a market and you're just like, there is blood on all of your hands. You're all tainted by sin. How could you do this? Good lord. Cool. What a fun time. What a fun time for that character. Okay, so the Knjachenchurch. Yeah, it's a strange halfling. Interesting perspectives on many things. It'll be a fun character to see played if any of the players pick it. It'll be very interesting to see. Leaves that. Actually, I probably, before I actually answer what each one believes, I probably should actually put what the main church believes. I can't even write about. Oh god. Yoich. Like, how can I describe how they're different if I haven't described what the original people are like? Oops. I haven't even begun to address lumber. Oh god. If the tree falls down, it's fine. Driftwood is okay. Driftwood and other dead wood. Fine. If the stick falls off, fair use. If you have to snap the stick off, you just broke someone's arm. It's the equivalent. Driftwood's fine. Trees that fall over, fine. If they've been like all uprooted by like natural causes, so like a bear just going into it. So if the tree is dead, you can use it. That's about it though. And the majority of trees were not harvested that way. Play that one. Oh boy. Alright, so the core church believes that that Biari's body must be left in as close to a natural state as possible, discouraging mining and the harvesting of magical crystals. As I guess but more like believing the harvesting of magic to be defilement. Despite this stance, they are happy to use crystals already in circulation and often ignore the provenance of new ones so long as they are being used for causes the church supports. Notably, church tenants and beliefs, I think, yes. Believes that notably they believe no crystal magic should be in the hands of the progenitor due to their heretical belief in Ysera. I can't spell my own gods. Damn it. Only some farmers, tomatoes, peppers, fruit trees. Okay. Hello, Macau. How are you? Hope you're having a lovely day. This doesn't have a lot of links, does it? Where's magic? When did I first mention magic in this article? Magique. Ah, yes. They will link the magie. Oh god. Everyone qualifies and got headshot on stream. Nice. Very nice. Actually, think about it. Potatoes could be okay if let the plant live. Yeah, if you let any plant live its natural life cycle, then you can use its parts. So if the leaf falls off in the breeze, you can use it. If the potato falls off, or like all the grass, the potatoes just left in the dirt because all of their stems have have like decayed off, you can get potato. But the issue is that it would be difficult for this druid to know when somebody else has harvested the food in the correct way. Because there's not like the equivalent of like, can I remove the, yeah. There's not like an equivalent of like the halal branding on food, you would assume, just because there isn't, like, there wouldn't be a lot of druids on that specific life path with those beliefs. So no one would be marking their food as like, this has been like, like humanely gathered 25% of potato. It's like everyone's like, really? But like it wasn't gathered at the end. You wouldn't know. So they'd be having a hard time going to buy food from others. They'd have to just harvest it themselves. They can have a little garden, but once the root veggies gone seed, yeah, that seems like a reasonable cutoff point. They still wouldn't like farmers though, because farmers are, again, plant slavery. Plant slavery do be occurring. And that's the issue, is that most food in most places is harvested by farmers who are doing these things the bad way. So the druid is having a bad time. Well, I mean, none of this is about the food tasting good. It's about the food being humanely obtained. I imagine it'd be similar to, like, you could do similar things to, like, banana bread. Like how, like, yeah, you can make carrot stew, because, like, once a banana's gone all, like, very ripe and brown, it tastes disgusting to put in your mouth, but you can make banana bread out of it. Once the carrot has gone woody, you can make stew. You can make stuff with it that tastes better than it would if you just popped a carrot in your mouth. And maybe they like the taste of a woody carrot. That sounds bad. What if I just pretend they didn't say that? Of an old one. You can make it work. If you have a moral position, a little bit of bad food is what you would be willing to accept in exchange for, feeling good about yourself, right? Kind of like how some vegan food tastes just shit, but you feel better because you're not eating, like, animals and stuff, It's similar. Not direct equivalent. That said, vegan nuggets were quite nice. I miss the vegan nuggets. I want a veggie nugget. Tofu's gross though, so whatever, right? We can't win them all. Just because, you Sarah. No one likes you, Sarah. Well, they do, obviously, but these people don't. Not a huge fan. Is it a song I'm allowed to listen to on stream? These are the questions. Is it a video I'm allowed to watch on stream? Am I gonna get... Oh god. Oh, that's a title. I don't know if I'd be able to listen to this on stream. I don't think this would be copyright free. But I have it open. No, listen to it during the break or something. Ah, shit. Ah, piss. Wait. Why does my phone say that the stream's been going for 50 seconds? Can I get a live check? Is this stream alive? Is the stream on? Help! Why does it say 50 seconds? Oh god, my phone is stupid. I'm checking something. One moment. Proof of war. Video producer. Swear to god, if it's a 20-minute video in here. Okay, we're good. Okay. Nope. No, we're not. Piss. That's from today. Ugh. I hate when it does that. Well, okay, more editing. Fine. Yeah, so it glitched out, dropped the stream for all of like 1 second. But now I'm back. I'll have to edit that for the VOD, which I still need to upload all my VODs too. Oh, God, I hate it. This is why there's like 50 gigs of videos on my hard drive. Don't like it. I'm glad it was only a brief glitch. Sometimes it goes down like for 10 seconds or a minute or so, and that's a pain. I'm assuming that part of the reason is because it's rolled over the calendar day. I assume that's why. No one's awake in the house. It's just me. That's the point. It better not freeze again, I swear to God. I'm not even dropping any frames. Ow. Eyeballs. I'm not even dropping any frames right now. Does that show up somewhere? It does. Well, that's cute. That doesn't really help me, though. It better not drop again, because I don't really have anything I can do about it. That's not something I can really fix. I'm gonna close OneNote, though. I'll probably close Steam. Maybe Steam's doing it. No, it wouldn't be, because she's not playing Steam right now. She's not currently playing The Sims. It's not that VOD. Oh, I don't edit my VODs. The only VODs that I edit are the ones where the stream cuts out. The rest of them are just exported whole. That's it, because I'm just way too lazy for that. But so like I think there's like a month backlog of videos on my YouTube channel currently where I have not they're uploaded. I just haven't made them public yet because I'm just really lazy. So maybe that'll be a tomorrow job, is I'll just go through and upload all of those, even though I don't even go back and watch them. But they're there. They're available. That's the thing. It's nice to have them. Believes that. Obtaining crystals from the many veins that run throughout Utremoch is not defilement, but that chipping chunks off of Beati's heart is. I mean, you don't really have to. Like, the only reason I have a YouTube channel was actually because I would used to do speed paints, and I might do them again now that I'm, you know, I have a good computer now, so I can actually do speed paints if I bother to record them. But I'm just like, I figured I might as well have them there, because world building is nice to have, because there are some things that I'll say that I'll completely forget about. And it's nice to know that there is that option to go back and have it. And to have that option to go back and see what I was thinking when I did something. I think that's nice to have as a record. Because I like to archive my VODs just in case, just to have fun. And then maybe eventually they'll actually be proper made videos for the YouTube channel. Which I'm sure I will shill the shit out of when I do make them. Ooh, a how-to for Game of Tomes. Oh, that'll be very useful. Part of me is still somewhat confused. Like, I get it, but also, I just want it to be itemized. I need an itemized list of what I need to do. And then I will know. And then all I have to do is decide whether I actually want to write 45 or not. And if I do decide I want to do 45, then I will commit to a minor house. And if I don't, then I'll just be a collection stream. Where I'll offer to do, like, sprints on request. Which will be fun. I think that'll be fun. There will be sprints happening, at least for, like, the first week or two. Well, depending on whether I die or not, we'll see what happens. Ah, jeez. I know you don't have to be doing nano to count, but I figure I should at least be doing, like, some kind of actual prose writing, not article writing. Like, I guess it is technically still prose, but like prose, you know, proper prose, which I do miss doing. Which is why Tuesday was quite fun, because I got to actually write some prose. It's not great. It's not the best I've ever written, But I've written well worse, so I figure, hey, it's fine. Okay, so paint is not defilement, chipping it off is. Then I like the Pope. Where is the Pope? All caps. Where is the Pope? Where? I don't know. I'm gonna have to put that in there somewhere. Where does that go? Oh god. Maybe I'll have to have like a organization structure chunk for there's a Pope. I won't use the word Pope, but there is a Pope-like figure. A similar type. Actually, hold on. That's it. I'm gonna just save that to the watch later so that I can close that on. No, I'll watch into that later. Yeah! Yeah, exactly. The leader should represent. I should be present, and so I will be in some capacity. I'll be there in some capacity, I promise. I will participate. And hopefully I will get some writing done. Because I still remember, oh god, during one of the first nanos I did, I think the one in 2014, in November, the proper one, there was a day where like some people were streaming art very quietly, just get like, and I just sat there for like 3 hours watching them stream art, and I wrote like 5,000 words or something. I just went off. It was glorious. And I'm hoping that since people will be doing like streams and stuff, and lots of stream sprints, I'll probably be able to get a fair amount done. I don't want to burn out, which is the bit I'm concerned about, but since I do streams, I figure I probably won't, like in World Ember anyway. Worst comes to it, I'll just settle for 10k at World Ember anyway. I can settle. I kind of don't want to, but also I can settle. No one can accuse me of being overly ambitious. I don't remember. I don't remember if it's 2 or 3. Wait, because we've had this discussion that I don't even know who's in my own house half the time. No, game. Tomes, game. Tommy. Because we got... I think Coffee Quills is in the house. Chrysalia is also in the house, and then Siobhan, right? Yeah, exactly. If I hit your stream before I get a bunch of times to sprint, I'll be able to hit Coffee Quills' streams, because they're in a similar time zone to me. Isn't Coffee Quills in our house too? Am I correct? Am I incorrect again? Ah, shit. I'm being... I can check though. Oh, come on. Oh, it's not letting me search again. No, they're not. Okay. I got excited. Yeah, it's not... Coffee Quills isn't in a chapter. So yeah, it's just Chrysalia and Siobhan, and then I can be a minor house. That's totally cool. I think my plan for being a minor house was that I was probably going to pledge to Coffee, just because it seems like apparently no one has. And I was feeling bad for them. I felt bad that no one has apparently pledged to Mollusca. Mollusca? So I'm probably going to pledge to them for the first week if I do, if I am a minor house. Even if I'm an independent mercenary, I'll probably pledge to them for at least the first week. Just because I want to, it would be kind of unfair, I feel like, if there's just no one pledges to Coffee. Because everyone else is pledged everywhere else. Because you have 2, and then Sable has 2. I want Coffee to have... Oh, okay, so they do have a few, but they haven't updated the article, so I don't know. Who wrote it? Update the article, I want to make an informed decision. I don't want to make a choice kind of like out of pity. I'm not pitying Coffee. Coffee's in my time zone, it helps. But like I want to make a pick and then be like, oh, they didn't need my help. They didn't need my help. Aww. I'm sure it'll get updated at some point. Because I've got, what? I've still got like 3 weeks to make a choice anyway. 2.5 weeks. I have 2.5 weeks to make a choice. I've got plenty of time to pick a house. Yeah. Yeah, and that'd be the issue too, is that you need to be an affiliate to be a minor house, because you have to do the points stuff. Yeah, that would be an issue too. Many people will support. Got it, yeah. Well, I can always maybe, like, we can see if it'll get updated at some point. Because I don't know if they have the... Yeah, I can't see the metadata. If I could, I would check how recently it was updated. But I can't. That's fine. I can just keep checking back every once in a while and be like, has it changed? Because I imagine that once the how-to is up, once Bob makes the how-to video and that goes up, that might help get a bunch more people to be interested in Game of Tomes, and that might spur some people to make minor houses and pledge loyalty. So it might change after the video goes up, that kind of stuff. Which will be neat. And she has Freeman though. Yeah, they do have Freeman, so that's good. Because they have people in their stream. Because they stream like early afternoon for me, so they stream in a pretty good time slot for me. So I have many options for sprints. That's it, I wake up at like 1 PM, so time zones, right? My time zone's not great. But they're only like 2 hours offset from me anyway, so it's really close, which is very helpful. It's a bit hard, it's hard. Is there any other thing that they do that they don't, like, vibe with? What does it mean to vibe with the church? I don't know. I have never vibed with a church. Most of the defilement would be the big bit, I feel like. Mostly about, like, what is defilement? Incredible question. Can't answer it. And then what would misuse constitute? And then I'm not... This might be an idea to come up with again. Oh, it's totally... It's honestly, like, I'm cool with it. The only reason I knew is because their pronouns are here. Because very, very, like, nicely, they've actually, like, I don't know who wrote the article, but they've included every house leader's pronouns. It's honestly really nice. So that means I can actually get everyone's correct, provided that I'm seeing it in front of me. I might... Sometimes goldfish brain just goes, and you just forget. But hey, that's why I put my pronouns in the side. I put it into it. So now they're there. I thought that was clever. Hey, that cuts. Okay, Sable made it. Yeah, so Sable put everyone's pronouns, which is really nice. Means we can get them correct more often than we would otherwise. Because I didn't know Coffee's pronouns until I read that and went, I think. I might have known it slightly beforehand, but it's nice to, like, you see it written down, you're like, I've got it. It helps. It'll reinforce it every once in a while. But, like, whenever anyone uses, like, he, him for me, I'm like, yeah, that's almost half the point of having my name. That's what it does, you know? You have a masculine enough name, everyone's like, mm-hmm. And I'm like, cool. Not even a problem. Yeah. I've got 2 they thems, which is nice. Plenty of rep. Woo. Which is nice. It's nice to have that, you know, a lot of like gender sexuality diversity is very nice. I'm a fan. Okay, at the desk. Ready to go! Woo! Ready to go. You get that video. You get those character profiles. You do it. Hell yeah. Yeah. Oh, is there an he, they? See, that's the thing. All I have is this. So I'm like, oh, he, him. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's all great. Hooray for pronouns. Yay. Well, I guess maybe the idea is the Kunyachen church is only about the defilement disagreement. Then you can have another church that's about what misuse constitutes. And then you can have the third church, which is about, like, what if we weren't assholes? And they're the ones who don't recognize the Pope. Yeah, fair. Totally fair. Sometimes it just be like that. You're like, yeah, whatever. Sometimes it is just kind of like a whatever. Sometimes. Not that it's a bad thing to have, like, I am this, only use this. Like, yeah, that's also cool. But it's great. Woo. Ugh. And water bottles. Alright, so we then need a second church. So we used one that's based off a dude's name, the Kunyakin Church. Then I would say probably the second one, because the second group's issue is misuse. Their thing is, what does misuse constitute? And then I guess the third group is, what does honor mean? Maybe I should rearrange them so they're in the same order as what the sects are in. We got, so like, don't defile. What is defilement? Don't misuse. What does misuse mean? And then third group, what does it mean to honor Bayari? Why does that mean we have to be mean to people who don't believe in them? Etc, etc. It's great. So then I think most churches aren't named after people. I don't think. Like branches of religion. Most of them are like words. Per se. Exactly. It should always be spelled that way. That is always what honor is. It's always O-U-R. Because like Lutheran is after Martin Luther, but then there's like Anglican, which is based on English, like it's the English church. There's Protestantism, which is just Protestant. There's Presbyterian, which I don't actually remember what Presbyterian means, but I'm pretty sure that's not a person's name. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Why am I like, yes, this is what I want to do. Write about religion that I don't know. That doesn't mean anything. What does it mean? Well, I like that shows up because I was there before. Elder leadership. Ah, got it. Okay. Yeah, so it's not named after a person is the main thing that I'm going for, is that it's not named after a person specifically. Oop, that's the wrong article. Probably just close your channel article. I won't get to it this time. So then what I would need is something of a similar kind of nature. Their idea is misuse, so then they're probably about like doing something. What kind of misuse are they talking about? Divided by X in Y. It wasn't renamed to LDS. They've always been called like the Church of Latter-day Saints. It's just that everyone calls them Mormons. They've always been called the Church of the Latter-day Saints. And the people who, I don't remember what the name for people who practice it, but it's like derived from Latter-day Saints. But everyone calls them Mormons, and the only change is that now they're like being told by their higher ups, don't let people call you Mormon. Don't refer to yourself as Mormon. You are not, because that's not what that means. I think that's the vibe. They're still called stuff. They have the fancy long name. If memory serves. I think I'll look this up at some point. But again, I'm not religious and I'm not American. So these are not things that I know in like based on lived experience of any kind. I know there are Mormons in Australia. I think I actually maybe know one, but like I don't know a whole lot. They're mostly associated with like Americans, if memory serves. So I'm like, I don't know nothing. I know nothing about none of that. So that's why this will be the last year about religion, because I make an embarrassment of myself every single time the topic comes up. X and Y, the church. SDA. I don't know what SDA means. Like, I don't actually know what religious branch that is. Like, specific church. I don't know what the SDA is. And I feel like I'm gonna get a very weird... Oh, Seventh-day Adventists! Oh, yeah. I forgot about them. I forgot about the Adventists, because they're also Americans. We don't, I mean, okay, we clearly have them, but I didn't know them. I don't live near any of these, I say. I think no, I don't go anywhere near that. No, I don't go to no churches. I ain't seen no church. I don't see none of that. There are a lot of them. Believe that. The misuse is defined by the blessed heart are to... Is music playing? Did I turn the music off? No, it's just really quiet. Oh, okay. Because I have it on like 2 volume for me personally, because I don't like having loud music playing. But I could not hear that at all. Wow, it's just... Very, very quiet. Very, very quiet stuff. Oop, there it goes. I heard it now. There it goes. The vocals kick in and I'm like, ah, yes, music. Woo! It's the last song ended quietly and this song started very quiet. So I was like, what is song playing? Music? Hello? Yeah, my music's on like 2%. It's now on 4% actually, but I have it very low. Which is nice. I'm glad that I can turn it down low, but it will still come through. I do wish that I could be more precise with the Streamlabs audio settings, but I don't get it. So I'm just like, it's fine. Oop, there it goes. It hit. Turn that my attention too. It hit. There it goes. Okay, so the misuses defined by the blessed heart are too lenient. So these are the more extreme end, I'll say. This group of the more extreme end are too lenient and governed too strongly by personal gain. By what will personally benefit those in charge. As such, oop, shit. Oh god, that broke something, didn't it? No, it's good. Okay, wow. Guess that was gonna break it. Okay. Misclicks. Miss tap tap. As such, yep. With a strict list of misuses that they adhere to diligently, including but not limited to forbidding the use of magic in prosthetics, not using magic to harm others, and why did I make the ableist? Why though? Yeah. Rising against using crystals or new frame gold technology like teleportation. Congratulations on teleporting. And then these are the founded by Z and A. The like a squeaky chair going. Ooh. A. The only major sect of the Blessed Church that do not acknowledge the Pope. This is due to disagreements over how non-believers are to be treated. The believe that no person is truly lost from Bayari's light, and that everything should be done to bring it back to them. As such, they are the only branch found. They are the only group whose churches can be found in the territories of the Virginia. Because missionaries, apparently. That's the vibe there, right? Missionaries. Ow. Missionaries don't always do good, but at least they care about people. Because the main church says honor Bayari above all, and because the Ochena don't, they go, okay, so you people are worthless, and then the go, no. They're still valuable. We can still treat them like people. We should not deny them. Not deny them, the crystals, the light, etc. Time to look, how was she? Alright, see you, Siobhan. Have a good time lurking, and I assume napping. Sleep is good. Sleep is good. Woo. Ugh. Let's check. Yep, there is a half-hour gap. Yep, it sure is. Blech. Goddamn gaps. Totally fair. No one is expected to have to, chat the whole time. I'm the person who has to chat the whole time because it's my job. But no one else has to, Oh god, I got ready again. Blech. Throat go, The worst part is that every time I look to the right to get my water bottle, all I can see is just this 7 bags of dice on the side of the table. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I probably should show them actually. Hold on. Calm down, silly ball. So I have many sets of dice. I'm not going to be able to show them very well because this isn't in a bag. But I have oh god, really? No, you can't really show them at all. But I have, oh no, I just got the D20. Where's D20? There it is. So I have one that's teal and purple. These ones were from Imaginary Adventures in Queensland, I believe. And then I have a bunch of tabletop loot that arrived yesterday. There's these purpley ones. They're in a bag. There's these ones, which have red and pink and stuff. There's some chromey ones. They're really see-through and sparkly. And there's these dark blue, purpley ones. I have them. I have the dice. They look cool. They arrived 2 days ago after not updating my tracking and getting stuck in Chicago. But they're pretty, and I have 3 extra sets too, so I don't know what to do with those. Because I had a voucher, because for World Ember, oh no, Yes, for World Ember, I won a $15 voucher, or I won a $10 voucher and a $5 voucher. $15 voucher in total. And so I bought $30 worth of dice. So I bought 4 sets and then got 3 extras. And then I have the first set, which I bought to play D&D earlier. Which was fun. Still waiting for my tabletop loot from last. Yeah, the shipping is real busted on that. Cause it was a voucher. I didn't get the voucher until June because there was an issue getting it out, getting the voucher set up because they were, you know, immediately extremely busy, which was fine. So I got my voucher in June, and I ordered. No, actually no. Voucher didn't work in June. I got it in July, I think, because I emailed him to ask like, where is it? And he's like, oh, I emailed it to you, but you didn't get it. Here it is again. And I'm like, thank you very much. And so then I got it. And then I ordered it, and then it took a month and a half to get here. Actually, no, it took close to 2 months, didn't it? Because it took a week to get from where they are in like Kansas to Chicago, and then it took a month to get from Chicago to my house. A month and a week. So 6 weeks total to get to Australia, because they initially weren't shipping out of the US, and what Tabletop Loot wasn't offering. Shipping to Australia for like 4 months during like the earliest parts of the coronavirus. They weren't doing overseas shipping. And then the USPS is kind of fucked at the moment, so it takes a while. So that's not great, but I did get here eventually, and all my bits are in place, which is nice. $6 worth of tablet vouchers, but shipping is real bad. Yeah, it'd be real bad. Yeah, it would not be fun shipping from America to Europe at the moment. Shipping just isn't great. You're waiting for the dice tray. Oof. Yeah, if they didn't send you a tracking number for it, because they sent me, because I ordered them, I got a tracking number. You should email them and see if you can get a hold on that. See if they've shipped it out, where's the tracking number, and if they haven't, can they? They usually are pretty good about it, because I emailed them in May about it, but they said they weren't going to send them out until they had overseas shipping again. And then they forgot to send it out, so I sent an email again 2 months later. It keeps happening. But I got there eventually. Okay. I feel like the Kenyakan church is too short now. The thing is so tiny. It also does not indent, does not read. Oh, there's so many paragraphs. The font's so big. Font big. Text big, paragraph chunky. I do like the capitals. Where is the Pope? The Pope is missing. Where's the Pope? So Kenyakan church needs to be bigger. Kenyakan. Is different ideas on what constitutes misuse, but generally agree with the Pope. Give them an extra line, because that kind of brings them up to the same kind of par as the others. And then you translate back, please. Thank you. Your word for Pope in beg your pardon? Sorry? That's what you call a Pope? Okay, well, we're not calling. I don't know what I was expecting, but Papa was not. That was not the translation I was expecting coming out of that one. So that's well, hot damn. All right. Beg your pardon? Oh, I can only intuit so much. Styrige? What is happening in there? There is a lot happening in that word. Give it to me. As you can tell, I've been here before. Because I've only got 15 minutes before I can use it going. What happens? For IU. There it is. It's just ooh? Wow. Okay, so Sturicha. Sturicha. Sturicha? Sturicha. 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 Yes. Yes. Sturicha. Sturicha. I'm not great at this language. Why do I do this to myself? Because then it would end up being, is like Sturicha, which is significantly easier to read, but I understand it. I get it. I get the point. It's all shenanigans. That just means leader. Is that because it's like a derivation from the word lead? It's not. Oh, maybe it is, and I should know. Oh, God. Pathetic. Well, that's just a word for cleric. A priest. How do you pronounce the word priest? Beg your pardon? Sagar? It's pronounced arsht. Arsht? So Sagarsht? Sagarsht? Or is it Shagarsht? Shagarsht? I don't know about that one. I'm assuming it's Shagarston. Okay. Well, there you go, right? It probably isn't it's probably Sagarston. 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 Is a mess. Is a mess of a thing. What other words can I mangle for this? Not head, because if I do head, it'll just give me the word for head, which I believe is, yeah, can. Can? And that's not gonna help me, because I mean, like, the big dude, big lady person. And I don't think king will help me much either, because that'll just give me Rich. But not really a Rich. Or a Chad, or a Chen. And then I'm pretty sure queen is like Amrich, Banrich. Yeah. And sovereign. It's not really a leader of that kind though, is it? Daranach. 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 Yeah. I don't know why I decided to make everything vaguely Scottish when I do not speak Scottish. What we call a oops. I've committed and now I'm in trouble. Oh boy. Beg your pardon? That's like a. That's an Ihelna. Ihel? What's a GH? Welcome to Very Bad Scottish with your host, Isaac. Well, it's between vowels, so it's. Oh no. Ilna. I can't pronounce words. That's not gonna help me. Let's not name that one. Let's not name the Pope then. These are the misuse guys. Their best with their whole thing. I wouldn't call them the sacred list. That's a bit on the nose. Ugh. Yeah, I could go for that. Sacred stones. Because they're just... They agree with the crystal bit. They don't agree with the misuse bit. So the stones are sacred. Sacred. It basically means the same thing as Blessed Heart, but they're slightly different. It's like trying to plagiarize. You just rearrange the words a little bit. It's basically the same meaning at the end of the day. Yay. Yay. And then, the sacred stones. And it's called the stones for short. And then, right, Z and A. These are the missionary ones. These are the ones what do the missions and stuff. They do all the funky stuff. Outreach, bring God to the heathens, etc. Preach that them their gospel. I love that every single one of them's getting highlighted in red. Oh boy. Yeah, because they're mostly Protestants, which doesn't really help. And then Quakers, which I don't remember what Quaker was derived from, but I do remember the Quakers. Anglicans. Okay. I mean, part of the thing, I probably should actually bring up the article on the, well, I've forgotten their name. God damn it, I am not clever. They're in here somewhere though, that's why we sort things out, because I can find them. The Zunkria, that's it, the Dunkria. That's a permanent dice, not too many. Hey, I only have 5 sets. Technically 8, but 3 of them are duplicates. So only 5. Gee. I only have that many. And most of them, 2 of them came in really bad bags, but I had to keep at least 1 of them. Oh, that's so many dice though. I know like a lot of people have a lot of dice. Like I think Han she has the entire rainbow in dice, and I'm just like, my god. And knowing me, now that I have 5 different colors, 5 different sets, it is only a matter of time before I begin collecting. Like I'm only in 1 D&D game, but on God, I will use them. Because I figure, if I die in the current campaign, these ones are vampiric touch or something. Perfect for if I die. Perfect for if I die and have to remake a character for the last end of the game. Yeah, you accumulate them. You think you lost them and then you peek under the bed, you're like, oh, there's 2 more sets. Oh, there's the guitar pick. That's not great without it gone, so just pay down the dark carpet. Okay, there's an entire pick there. Wow, okay. So yes, they had this whole thing about water being cool. Maybe that should be the thing. Because the lake water is cool. They should just do the lake. I mean, I've only had dice for less than a year. I bought the green set in, January, I think? I bought the green set in January because I was going to join the uni tabletop club, and I did. And I was like, well, I'm going to need dice. And then, so I bought dice from an Australian maker of dice, and then I have the 5 extra sets. So I've only been playing D&D for less than a year. Since, April? I don't remember when we actually started the campaign. I'm sure it's written down somewhere. It's great, though. I mean, campaign. It's a combat thing. So yeah, let's use the water as the thing. The water will be important for this. I'll play them at D6s for Shadowrun. We can supply 5 full Shadowrun and 5 full D&D tables. Hot damn! I can probably I could supply my entire D&D group with my individual sets, but that's only because I have the duplicates. Once I get rid of the duplicates, which, hold on, I need to check. Good, they're not here. When I eventually, finally, get to go to Day's house, when, like, everything eases up and I'm able to travel again, I'm gonna give them the 3 extra sets. You're not allowed to tell Day that I said that. Oops. You're not allowed to tell Day that I said that. That is gonna be a surprise. Because I have a care package prepared for when I guess there's like a gift drop for when I eventually get to go to Day's house. Because I can't, like, legally go to their house at the moment. Not for any, like, bad reason, but because I'm not allowed to travel within 5 kilometers of my house. And neither are they, so we're just like, there is nowhere that we overlap. We can't even meet up in a park or anything. I'm like, that sucks. But it's for public good, so hey-yo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Hell yeah, we gotta love them. They're slowly easing. Slowly. Very slowly. But I'd rather they went slower than fast. I think is the lesson that we learned in first wave was better to go slow than fast. And in second wave, what we learned was no one likes to be locked up in their house. No one likes to be forced to stay home. But we already knew that. So, yeah, a lot of places have not done great. And, like, we didn't, like, Australia on the whole has done fine, but, Victoria in specific, we had a problem, which is why we had a second wave. I think more people caught coronavirus in the second wave in Victoria than in the entire rest of Australia combined. And we're just like, oh boy. Oh dear. That's not good. We're not even the most populous state. Oh dear. So things went very wrong. But at least we're back down to like 5 cases a day or something. So we're at least getting there. And yeah, uni students back to uni was not smart. That was not clever. That was one of the first things that happened. I think, like, on the 16th of March or something, I went to school, had my class, it was a Monday morning or something, and then Tuesday afternoon, they closed the entire uni and said no. And then no one's had on-campus classes since March. We haven't done in-person exams. We haven't done any of that since March. We've been very full on that. I don't know how. I think res is still res, but it's residential, but you can't really do anything about that. Ooh, it's 1 o'clock. Hold on. I need to check something. It's 1 a.m. And typically what I do is I'll shove off and I'll raid someone and then play Minecraft. But it appears that no one is streaming directly after me. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna stream up until Shyred, until Shyred starts, and then I'll raid Shyred Fox when she starts doing crafting and chatting. Because I figure that means we can keep the creativity going, and then I'll come back and play Minecraft for a bit, as I usually do. Yeah, the UK's like, yeah. I saw that. A lot of places have done that. They're like, okay, no, it's totally fine. We'll send uni students back. And then immediately things go wrong. Like, within days, it just goes, woo! And everyone's like, I don't know what you expected. I really don't. Like, oh boy. I don't know what you thought was gonna happen. And whatever you thought was going to happen, you didn't prepare for what happened. So, poor boy. That is why we don't have that. Our issue was never universities, it was the hotels. Unfortunately, and the meatpacking plants, but that's always the problem everywhere else. Final lap that you can't short. Damn. That's a shame. But the F1 calls are done. Yeah. Shame about the Dutchie though. I was like, which one's the Dutchie? Luxembourg. It took me a solid second. Or it's Dutchie as in Dutch. It's one of the two. You're in the same area, it's fine. It's either the Netherlands or it's Luxembourg. Maybe both. Maybe they both came up short. I don't know anything about F1. I don't know nothing about cars. Replace it as much as possible. Keep us all safe. Ooh, that 2 out of 200 is a pretty good rate, honestly. No, that's very good. I think, like, I'm not employed, so I don't have any, like, employment statistics. But in terms of my uni, we had one building worker who came in, who got the virus in, like, July. And I think that's it. Because they sent out an update. Even though we're not really supposed to be on campus, in June they were kind of easing up and then you come on to study and stuff. And so they sent out an email saying, hey, so someone on the building site had the virus, but it's all good, you know? It's all G. And I think that's the only notification I've ever gotten. Like, none of the students appear to have caught it, at least on campus, which is pretty neat. And then no one at my dad's work has caught it, but there's only like 10 of them, so it'd be pretty impressive if they did, honestly. They were worried for a sec, because one of the brokers traveled to see a guy who was crook. Didn't have the virus, but he was still crook, and it was like, oh, Jesus Christ. That was a fun June. I had several co-workers past months, but none affected at work. Ah, good. That's a good thing. It's good to get lucky, even though it's still terrifying when it happens. It's not great to know that someone you walked past, like you worked with, had it. I'm just like, oh boy, not a fan. But I think most of any of the viruses have been outside of work, because we're pretty much just working from home. For most people. Like, oh god. Like, the main cluster at the moment is from a shopping center, because people who aren't sensible decided to go to the biggest shopping center in the state and just go nuts. And then there was like 20 people who caught it from there. And it's like, really? You do this? The moral of the story is just don't go to Chadstone. It's not worth it. Go to a smaller shopping center. They have the same stores. It's not that big of a deal. Just order it in if you have to. Click and collect. No, just do that shit. Don't go to Chadstone. You don't need to go to Chadstone. I haven't been in years and my life is better for it. I'm joking. Chadstone's fine, but I'm like, I don't need to go to Chadstone. It's a pain to get to. Oh god. It's only a shopping center anymore. It used to have a 3-story Borders, which owned, but doesn't have that anymore because the Borders collapsed. My manufacturing company, so a lot of staff had to be in, all the office staff had to work from home. That was a fun month. And the IT, so we had fast setups to sort of allow that. Yeah. Yeah, it's like the manufacturing has to be on, don't really have a choice, but like the IT can go, we'll just stay out, and then if we have to come in, we come in individually. And we deal with that on the case by case. Because like the transition from on campus to at home was a nightmare. And oh god, this semester was so weird. Because first semester, because I did 3 classes last semester, all of them were on Zoom. They were like lectures on Zoom. Okay, that's fine. And one of them had like a Microsoft Teams board that literally no one used. So it wasn't an issue. Second semester, we had 2 classes that used the like university's video conferencing tool called Blackboard Create, which I had never used before. So that was not fun. And then the third class used Zoom, so I'm familiar with Zoom, but then also used Microsoft Teams very heavily. And so it was just really confusing. I'm using 3 different programs, plus the university, like, cloud site, and I'm just like, what is happening here? Like, it was easier in first semester because at least everyone was doing the same stuff. Second semester, it was just like, do your own thing, I guess. I'm like, why? Why did we use Blackboard Create? I don't know. No one has been able to explain that to me, why we decided to pick that one over Zoom. Unless it was like, I mean, Zoom has problems, but I'm like, Zoom's pretty good, though, in terms of, like, functionality. So I'm like, why bother? Yeah, no one was ready for mass work from home. But at least the hope is that now a bunch of companies have those provisions in place. It'll be useful in the future for when, like, individual workers can't come into work. Like, I think one thing that kept coming up was, like, disabled people are often told that they can't work from home because, well, no, you need to be on site, but that's not true because none of us are on site right now. So the hope is that since we now have some of those structures in place to allow for work from home, but like properly, that disabled people can actually, you know, earn a living, gain employment, and all that stuff, which will be nice. And it might be good for me because I live in the shitty eastern suburbs, and public transport ain't great. So remote work would be nice. Oh, your work's alright. Oh, nice. Work from home is nice. I like working with people. I miss people, but I like the option. Work went, well, office work is definitely possible. We're gonna order stuff for you. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Oh, that's very good. I know my dad ordered a chair, like he bought, I think he bought a new office chair with, like, to reimburse on your tax, you know? But then he's basically just been taking shit from work and bringing it home. Because we live, like, 20 minutes from his work, and he can just duck in, grab shit, and leave when no one else is there, obviously, very sensibly. So we've just been slowly taking shit from his work to build him a home office. I think the next thing we're bringing is a big cabinet. And it's gonna be out here with me. I get a big cabinet. He took one of my desks. We might have to grab a printer. You know, we're just grabbing shit. We're basically pilfering the office. But it's a small business, and he's like the CFO or something, so it's like, yeah, you can just take whatever you want. And pick up the office. Ugh, gross. I'm gonna list the equipment out with stuff. Oh no, absolutely not. You will not see most of that back. At some point, you just gotta write it off. Gonna be like, yeah, no, that's yours now. At least use it for, you know, as long as you put the work in to basically pay for what you're using, it's okay, you know? And, like, my dad probably bought most of the equipment in the office anyway, because he's, like, I don't think he's the CFO, but he is, like, he's up there. COO? He's one of the big people in the office, so he probably bought most of it. He's like, yeah, I can take it. And he's like, yeah, you can. You can just take it, you're right. So we've just got all of his stuff. And it's like, yes! The ops director and me had to sit down and went through the list and went, is there anything we really have to get back? So I did, no. Yeah, you'd be looking at it going, is there anything that cost a shit ton of money and that is like specialist equipment that we need to have? The answer is no. We gave people chairs, desks, and like lamps. You can buy chairs, desks, and lamps at IKEA. You don't need it. And so that's nice. It's nice that you're allowed to just give it to them. It's very useful. I think step 2 is I'm going to ask my dad to steal another one of the office chairs and I'm going to take it. I need a new office chair. I'm like, Dad, don't buy an office chair. Give me the office chair. Ah, yes, all this PC monitors. Yes. Oh, God. I had to help my dad's boss set up a dual screen monitor. And that was a nightmare because we're trying to describe it to him, right? Because I figured out how to do dual screen monitor for my dad. And I'm like, okay, I know how to do it. And so I come into the call, talking to dad's boss, and he's like, I can't find the setting. And I go, can you show us your screen? So we set up a Zoom call. We then walk him through how to share his screen on a Zoom call. And then he shows his screen and he's using Windows 7. And I'm like, you're using what? Holy shit. So we had to figure out how the hell to get dual screen to work on a Windows 7 computer. I'm like, what the hell? I haven't seen Windows 7 since I was 14. What are you doing, old man? At least my dad's using Windows 10. I'm like, that's at least modern. She's using Windows 7. Oh, God. God damn. Ah, special economic chairs. Ooh. Ah, yes, they keep going right. That makes sense. If they're like expensive chairs, like, yes, I need, you know, you want that back. But if you're just getting like, you know, your Office Works office chair, it's like, okay, it cost me $100. It's not that big of a deal. If it cost you like $400 because they're very nice chairs, then yeah, just keep that one. Could be worse. I had to deal with the management accountant with internet connect that would have felt normal in the early 90s. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, sweet heavens. Sweet old people who don't know technology. They're my favorite. Oh god, we couldn't even describe to him how to move his window because he'd never done that before. And he had to keep... I'm just like, just move the window. What are you doing? That was a fun half hour trying to tell him how to do that. But we got it set up eventually. If it breaks, I can't fix it. Because I'm not going to his house to figure that out. That's not allowed. I'm not allowed to go to his house. I'm not going there. Okay, I probably should name this third church at some point. I've been sitting here for 20 minutes forgetting to name the church. Something to do with waters. So it's like... It's not sacred waters. Not water of God. That's a bit much. You don't want to go too heavy on it. Even though, yeah. Kind of like Sleeping Waters. Sleeping Waters Church. And the vibe behind the name Sleeping Waters is that they think that the god in question is not dead, just sleeping. And so thus, Sleeping Waters. So, Sleeping Waters Church. And what I do is the only major sect that does not acknowledge zip up. Sleeping Waters believes that no person is truly lost and buries life, and that everything should be done to bring it back to them. As such, they are the only group whose churches can be found in the churches of Diochena. Okay, so that's all three of those names, which is helpful. Now that's helpful to have. And then I guess next bit would be to put the actual structure of the church somewhere. Because I haven't put that. So there's the tenants. So the structure has to come probably before worship. We'll say structure in here. Structure immediately after history, Pope, etc. It's like Pope. I don't know nothing about no church hierarchies. I've had this issue before. Why is this the second church I've done for this kind of thing? Really? Because I did it in summer camp too. I did the... Oh shit, I'm not going to remember their name, am I? Nope, not going to remember the name. Okay. Okay, 2020. I'm going to find it. Alville, that's it. I knew it sounded like Anvil, but I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, so there was the hierarchy of the Dinochian, the Rebellion, the Ganalville, the Alville, and the Richelieuan. Oh, well, this isn't for Minecraft either. That should actually be, spaced. I didn't realize there was some kind of particles that I hadn't actually formed it properly. There you go. The Associated Church, Church of Balance. Because I remember that being a pain in the butt. I remember making those, and that was, oh boy, difficult. Pope, Then you basically go down to like head of individual church. Big priest. Congregation. Head of individual church. Big priest. Congregation. And that's the structure of the church. That is the structure of the Church of the Blessed Heart. In brief. I'm not going to work on this one on Tuesday, just because I'm going to get bored of it. If I keep doing it on streams, I'll have to do it some other time. I'll probably work on like the Orchena or something, just because they're important. And I'll start going through like the backlog of articles that I kind of need to do. There's a couple that I need to do. Like, what other ones do I need to do? I need to do something nice. There's a Valley article, but I'm gonna leave that anyway. There's Biari's Heart. Probably work on that one. Working on that. Can't do that yet. This one I should also do. And then there's all the sub articles. Specifically, the Orchena should be probably next, just because they are the other major group. They come up a lot. I mean, they're literally in this article being described. And they might even be the quote, too. Because all of my articles start with a quote. And the quote for the Duanam article is a Dunkria. But then the quote for the Dunkria is actually from I believe an Alanmar individual. But then I like the idea that since the Orchena are the ones with the most adversarial relationship with the Church of the Blessed Heart, they should probably be the ones to put the quote up, to have their opinion on what the church is. Because the whole reason I wrote this article is because they are the big bad for the Orchena. Because it's their decision, that their policies as a religious order that prevent the Orchena from having a lot of things that they would like otherwise. Like, you know, electricity and magic. So they have fun with that. The monitor's €180 and the chair is $380. Okay, so the monitor is about $250. When we do the conversion, euro to AUD, they're significantly more expensive. Holy shit, they're nearly... Okay, so that's $300 Australian dollars. And then 360 would probably cost 500. Ooh, 600. Ooh. I love the exchange rate. Great. Those are pretty expensive monitors and chairs. I can definitely understand not wanting them to just leave with the $600 chair. That is a costly little thing. You don't just drop that in the bucket. Like, $100 chair, sure. $600 chair, no. You get that one back. That's one you reclaim. Oh god. Ah, finally. The Discord notification for all the PNGs came through. Woo! I need to download all those. Oh god, it's going to pain in the butt. My poor internet will just be like, He starts crying. Okay, so... Kind, sweet, soul-stealing, money-robbing pricks. Church. Preventing others from having the same powers and rights that they themselves enjoy. And then we'll put that as Orchena name, because I haven't made their naming system yet. I think, oh god, I made a note for it somewhere, didn't I? I said that the Urchena... I didn't write it down. Oh, shit. I'm positive I wrote this down somewhere. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Ah, this is why I need to make proper notes. I did not actually write down my plan. Apparently, that's not helpful. Is it in the... Is it in the Alonmod article? That might be. I think it's in the Alonmod article, which is weird. Okay, so the distinct language is the Alanma, not the Ochena, but their language was derived from... Did I not write this down? What do you mean I didn't write this down? What are you doing? What? Where'd it go? I don't know. Shit. Because I had notes where I was like, okay, so like the Dunkria are... Their language is based very loosely off Scottish Gaelic, and then like the Alanmar were, I think, Irish, and then the Urchena were gonna be like, I don't know, and I think the Urchena were gonna be Irish, and the Alanmar were meant to be something, and I apparently did not write that down at all, and that really bothers me. Oh god. I didn't even pick. No, there's notes. That doesn't mean anything. And then I don't know... Like, I don't know what numbers those derive from. Like, I know, but also I don't. I don't think that's the Scottish for. Oh god, I'm gonna have to do some searching. God damn it. Ugh. Tui. Tui to you, I say. Yeesh. This is why you take notes and you write them down and you keep note of where you put the notes. Sorry. Oh, time to just go take a really weird message. You go, okay, let's not deal with that. Okay. I was there for a reason though. I was there because I wanted to see if Shyred was gonna be up soon. I'm pretty sure Shyred's meant to be up soon. If not, that's gonna be annoying. Oh god, ow. Chairs. I need new chairs. Maybe I should steal one of those ergonomic chairs. Oh god. Okay. So we got a structure, but we'll go into more detail with that off screen, off stream. And there's the 3 tenants, and the core church believes X, and then there's this, and then there's and then there's all these numbers. This is gonna be an article that takes a while to do, I think, just because they're kind of important. I want to put effort into them. I'm gonna need to find something to put in the sidebar because it's gonna bother me. There's something there. You gotta have a sidebar with something in it, otherwise I get upset. Motto, don't have one of those. Demonym, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the demonym would be for the Blessed Heart people. I don't currently have a leader planned, but I'm sure I will at some point. They're mostly Dunkria. Predecessor, don't have any of those. Political, but religious. Deities, Beati. And that, and then sects. That's basically it, though. I'm gonna have to find something else to put in the sidebar, which will be fun. I haven't figured that out yet. Oh, jeez. And I run out of steam at 1:30 in the morning, which is honestly fair. It's 1:30. What am I supposed to do? What am I gonna do so much, you know? I need to check something too. Pause, don't let the play, please. No, it shouldn't be empty in there. That's weird. That's weird. I've apparently done things wrong on my dashboard. Please don't do that. Do not do that. Oh, Jesus. Content, no. Settings, channel. Schedule. Oh, yes, I did put it in my schedule. I'm fading a little. I'm kind of debating whether I'm gonna play Minecraft tonight. Like, I might play it, but I might not stream it. I might just take a quiet evening to just, like, do a little bit of chilling out. Ugh. Because I had to wait. I woke up earlier today than I usually do, and I was panicked. But then everything else was fine, and then I almost fell asleep at, like, 10 o'clock. So I was like, ah. I mean, I might still stream the Minecraft. We'll see. We'll see. Because normally I would be streaming Minecraft now, but the intention was that I was going to wait until Shy Red started. So if Shy Red could start streaming, that would be great. Because then I can play Minecraft. Oh no. 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 Don't do that. There we go. Okay. Alright. Shyred has at least gone live, which means we can raid Shyred in a bit, and then I can cut it, and then go do the thing where I gets it up and I can play Minecraft for a bit. Might not be until 4 in the morning though. I might not make it that far into the evening. I might just be like, yeah, short stream. Hey, hey. What a day. What a day. I think the moral of the story is that I need to take a nap at like 8 o'clock. That I need to go to bed earlier on Friday nights, and I need to take a nap at 8 o'clock on Saturdays. So that I don't come into the stream already half tired and then just kind of degrade from there, rather than like starting at full energy and then degrading from there, so at least it lasts longer. I think is the moral of that story, right? That's how that works. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez Louise. So now we just wait for Charlotte, and then we can raid. Oh, goddamn ads. Disgusting. I hate ads. They're the worst. Ads are the worst. I just need to set up the thing so it does things properly. Eesh. I might change that. That's the setting I want to change. There we go. That'll make that better at least. Do minor quality of life things while I wait. Because I realized that, oh, now that I have a whole big, what's that thing? Now that I have a whole big, chat area up top that I made, that there's no point in having the text disappear, because now it's not overlapping anything. And so now I've finally, went and found the setting that makes it do that. Makes it stay up. Which should be good. because then it will actually like hang around. That's helpful to have, especially if you need to like, especially if the stream crashes. It's useful to have that still up. Sorry, I'm playing with my dice pad now. Oh, geez, I'm just fidgeting now. Oh god. Come on, Shirred, you can do it. You can do it. Let me in. Let me raid. I can't raid until you're alive. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, 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 jeez Louise. Jeez, 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 jeez Louise. There we go. Okay. Alright, we're ready to go. We got it. We got it. We got the go-ahead. Let's go. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna raid Shy Red Fox because we support members of the Anvil Streamer Corps here, as you can see by I put the logo in. Yay! Yeah, we're gonna raid Shy Red. I'm not sure what she's working on today. I think it's just general crafting and chatting. So it keeps the creative mood up for those of you who want to continue doing, you know, fun creative things. Thank you all for coming. I hope you had a lovely time lurking and doing all the other things that you're all working on. And I hope that you all continue to have lovely days. Bye-bye! Oh, wait. Then we have a raid call. I forgot. Ah! Get ready. Raid call. Woo! Get ready to have a lovely day. Bye-bye.